does not happen by accident or by a visit from the Holy Spirit. Johannes Brahms described the importance of technique by saying, "Without craftsmanship, inspiration is a mere reed shaking in the wind." In our own century, Olivier Messiaen, the fine organist and composer, said, "With the abundance of technical means, we can have our hearts expand freely." Singing is the earliest attempt at music making for all people. It is a direct gift from God, and when we sing, we reestablish a very profound connection back to God. Leading hymn singing is an awesome experience. Organists have a profound privilege of highlighting every worship experience by the care with which they handle hymns. We have the opportunity to inspire all sorts and conditions of worshipers. We can literally recharge their batteries and stroke them to the inner depths of their souls. As we try to help people reach this deeper expression in their faith, it is very important that we establish some criteria, and that is the reason for this video, to help you open some doors and refine some techniques to improve not only your hymn playing, but the singing in your church.
Actually, the most important choir in the church is the congregational choir, and the chief function of the choir and the organist and the minister of music, the leader, the liturgist, is to enable and equip and support and encourage the people to be involved and participated in congregational singing themselves.
I think one of our worst enemies is just taking a hymn for granted as a kind of a filler in the service, when the hymn is thought of as an event. And they have various moods. I don't mean a gargantuan event, but an event that is very, very important. These are some of the few times that the congregation in the course of the service has an opportunity to express itself and to sing out. The idea of joining voices together can be very thrilling.
I think the singing of hymns is very important in worship because it's a way of saying, this is what I believe. It's the way we express our faith in song. And especially out of my tradition, which is a singing tradition in the Church of the Brethren, we would rather sing our faith than to say it.
An ideal congregational song has something to do with the people finding their voice, whatever that means, finding out who it is they are, what it is they can sing, and then singing it in such a way that we sing it not as individuals who happen to be isolated fragments throughout the building, but that we sing it as a people. And the organist's responsibility is somehow to allow that to happen, not to try to overly control it, although you can destroy it, but also to realize that you're at the center of the storm.
I assume that playing the organ is a way of helping people. You can't help them if you don't know what they're doing.
A hymn should be an occasion to remember and to hope because of memory. It's really a sacramental experience because we take the stuff of common life, the stuff of our common story, and allow it to be transformed and used for God's purposes. And that's what a hymn does.
Hymns, I think, are the primary means that the individual, in the context of a congregation, has for a direct kind of participation in the act of worship. Somehow the magic or the phenomena or whatever you want to call it of each of us taking our breath and turning it into something potentially beautiful and expressive and valuable is a really unique kind of thing. I don't know of any parallel sort of thing that happens in worship or in any other part of our lives that's quite so special. Partly because I think our breath is what, according to the creation story, was blown into our bodies by God. And it's breath that we have that convinces us we're still alive. Once the breath stops, there is no life. And taking something that is that near to the center of our being and turning it into an expressive and beautiful offering to God and to others in the community is unique, and it ought to be treated in a special manner.
The first and most basic criteria for good hymn playing is absolute accuracy. This takes careful thought and positive repetition, and we will show you some examples that we hope will help you establish better practice habits. The most important structure in music making of any kind is keeping a consistent beat. This is especially important in playing hymns because this is the way that you literally reach out and shake hands with every person who is in the worship service with you. You build up a wonderful trust through conveyance of proper rhythm. We hope that along with purchasing this video, you will have 2 other pieces of equipment that quite probably can become your best friends as an organist. One of them is a metronome. The second one is a tape recorder. Other things covered in this video will be explanations of the families of sound and ways that you can use your organ to its greatest advantage in registering it to convey the meaning and text and the awesome inspiration that hymns can bring to people. You, as an organist, have the opportunity that no one else in worship has. Through your careful interpretation and rendering of hymns, you can lead people to greater heights and deeper sensitivity than anyone else in worship. For this video, we are using a Lynn Dobson organ built for Calvin College in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The organ is a tracker instrument comprised of 34 stops and 49 ranks.